all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Enjoy the Bossman Show. We're here at Richmond Spires head coach Chris Mooney here with me out of the Atlantic 10 Conference. Coach, how you doing? How you doing in Richmond today, man?
Doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, indeed, Coach. I want to ask you this first question for you, Coach. You've been at Richmond going on your 15th year. So what's been the key to your longevity, being at one place so long in the business like coaching, where there's so much turnover, but you've been in one place for 15 straight years here at Richmond?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. I mean, we one thing is I think we have a pretty good. I think my coaching philosophy matches the school philosophy. We're a private school. We have great fans and great tradition, but also a lot of pride in recruiting good guys who are good students and can do well and represent the university well. And I think that it's a pretty good fit in terms of that's how we want to. We want to recruit and compete, and I think that the alignment there is pretty good. And I would say that's probably the most important. That was probably the most important factor in the fact that we've been here so long.
Yes, indeed. And so, so what do you feel like your accomplishments been at Richmond so long? Is it graduating young men, seeing young men go and play college basketball, and play professional ball from you, seeing coaches come off your tree, or is it having young men become great husbands, lawyers, doctors, businessmen after playing for you for 4 years?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of those things. Look, I think that the college basketball program, we spend really an incredible amount of time together as a team. and not only practice but film sessions and hanging out and traveling. And so I think the opportunity to have an impact on a guy, and I'd say part of my favorite part is just seeing someone develop from coming in to recruiting him. Sometimes we'll recruit them when they're maybe 16 years old, and see them go through maturation process, their struggles as a basketball player, as a college student, and then kind of go through to become a little bit of a finished product and go to the real world. I think that's probably something that's most exciting to me, just seeing that maturity take place for somebody from when they're 16 to when they're 21 or 22.
Yes, indeed, and I think it goes to the development piece of it as well, developing as young men, as players, and skill development, and life development for these young men. Because at 18 and 22 are their most formative years before they're ready to come and go into the real world. So you're like the last step before they step into this world of being a man, having to grow into being a husband or father, of whoever they have to be. I feel like that's really key when you come to college to get that last little bit of tutelage to teaching to take you for the rest of your life going forward.
Yeah, for sure. And while we're playing basketball, so something they love to do, they have the energy to do it. And they're going to meet a lot of challenges because there are so many good players and programs across the country that we're trying to play and compete against. And, they're going to feel how difficult it can be and feel that challenge and make sure they have to get in the gym and learn these lessons that will really help them later on in life, how to persevere and how to have some grit and try to push through some things that are difficult.
Now, Coach, I know last year was a little tough for you guys. So what did you and your staff prioritize in April, May, June, July, and August to get your team ready for this season where you're already 6-1 and 3-1 versus high major schools already?
Yeah, so I think our biggest thing was we needed to get older. We were a really young team last year. We needed to get older, and obviously that's going to happen. And then we really focused ourselves on two critical pieces, which were toughness and defense. And one had a lot to do with the other, but we really need to get tougher. And a lot of that comes with age and experience. And we need to really work on our overall team defense. And, that comes down to these very fine details and fundamentals of coming to the ball and being your teammate and understanding how to work, those kind of things. Just doing those things over and over and over. And that was really critical for us. We worked really, really hard at it. And it wasn't as fun of an off-season because we worked really hard with the defensive principles, but it was important to us in the process. I think we also built our toughness.
Exactly. And also help the toughness coach is that strength coach. I feel like a lot of fans understand how important having a great strength conditioning program helps young men grow over the offseason because you want them to be able to get through contact and finish a bucket after the goal or shoot a jumper through a hit on the wrist there and make the shot still. So just talk about how important it is having a strength coach to help these young men grow over the offseason, get bigger, stronger, and faster, to help you guys and be able to sustain defensive energy that you need to win games as you get into ATN play come up here in January.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have a great strength coach led by our strength training program led by our coach Jaden Mayo, and he does a tremendous job with our guys. Those guys, our guys spend as much time with the strength coach as anybody. They're in there, lifting weights and working on their agility and doing all those kinds of things. And you're right, you must get stronger. And if you go to the last Division I basketball game, I think the first thing everybody will notice is how big and strong all the guys are, and to be able to compete. No matter how skilled you are, you need to be able to match that physicality and that strength and just continue to enhance your body and push yourself to make sure you're able to accomplish some of these things that you talked about, because strength is really that critical to stay in age in college.
Exactly, and Coach, for your program, you've been in 15 years. It's a well-known team, it's a well-known brand in mid-major basketball. So I feel like you can recruit any guy you want to, whether it be a high school, senior, prep school guy, JUCO guy, a transfer guy, you just want a grad transfer, or an international guy. So you can pretty much put a roster together however you need to, and like you said, get older when needed, pretty much based on the brand and the recognition of Richmond basketball, which has been good for so many years.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're always trying to push that and spread the news and capitalize on the appearances on television and push these appearances, those kinds of things, just to try to make, whether it's the recruit or his parents or his coach, just understand, hey, they've got good players, it's a great school, and you just try to set as much as you possibly can. And, obviously some success builds upon itself, and hopefully, right now we can say, hey, we've had this these guards do no conference. This many big guys do no conference. This is what they do. This is what they did at college. So those things are really important, and we're working hard to make sure that people understand who we are and promote our successes.
Coach, I kind of mentioned a little bit in my last question about being 3-1 against high major teams already. So, how does it make you feel, being an A-10 school, knowing that you compete against high major teams, you're 3-1 already against those kind of teams, and showing what your team has been about, and how that to see all that payoff for what you hard work you put in this offseason defensively is really coming through now. But you've been 6-1, but 3-1 versus high major schools.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like it's always been a tradition at Richmond. Long before I was here, that Richmond will play in the play those big name schools from the power conferences and have success. And so, that's something we've always tried to do, have as many of them on our schedule as possible, and feel really fortunate that we're able to beat 3 of them this year. We have Alabama, I think New Year's Eve, one more to play. But yeah, it's really important to us and really important to our conference. But more importantly, really important to our program and fans that we take on these kinds of teams, that we can compete very well against this team.
Yeah, like you said, because I know you all have aspirations to go to the big dance in March. So please to get far in the big dance to play these kind of teams. I feel like it prepares your team for the bigger picture, which is March Madness and the A-10 slate, which is very tough because 14 teams in the A-10, including yourself. It's a tough slate every night in the A-10 for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 14 teams, and we've had really great success as a conference, and our schools have gone out and played everybody around the country, and that means that they're well tested and well seasoned and ready to play once conference play starts in January. So it's always a big challenge, and hopefully we'll prepare ourselves well here in the non-conference to go out and have a really good conference.
Speaking of how good your conference is doing, 10 of your 14 teams are over 500 at this point in non-conference play. I mean, that's amazing for a major conference that 10 of the 14 teams are above 500 already. Yeah, that's great. And our conference office sends out updates, and obviously we track and follow the other schools in our league, and that's a great number, and we have really good programs. There's great coaches, great history, great tradition, and good programs. So it's good. We need to cheer for one another in the non-conference, and then try to beat one another during the conference season, because that just enhances our overall numbers and our opportunity to get as many teams in the NCAA tournament as possible. And you got Hampton tomorrow night. Coach Butt Joyner does a great job at Hampton. They play fast, very athletic team now in the Big South. So a big challenge against Hampton and Butt Joyner. What do you get sent for them on film as you have to prepare to play those guys tomorrow night? Yeah, well, just a really good overall team. They have, they can play it. What I'm always most impressed is they play at any tempo. They can play fast and press, and they can also play a half-court game and shoot 3-point shots and have slashers. So I feel like their versatility is something that is important, that we can deal with it, because I think they'll be in a game where they haven't pressed the first 10 minutes and then maybe press the rest of the half. And I just think they have versatile enough players and creative enough coaches that they really make things difficult for the opponent each and every night. Now, Coach Mooney, I'm actually about to say Virginia. It's so many quality basketball teams in Virginia in D1. I mean, from you guys to VCU, Hampton, and Norfolk State as well, up the road there, Liberty we're down there. So it's so many quality teams that's not in the big conferences. But so talk about how tough it is to recruit in Virginia with all these quality schools that are actually good and relevant right now, just trying to compete for these young men who want to play at D1 basketball there. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of great teams, a lot of great programs, and what's important is there are really a tremendous amount of high school basketball players from Northern Virginia all the way down through the entire state. And so you're just always competing in every way, because there are plenty of options for these guys. You can get anywhere in a car ride, and there have been some really good, Liberty had a tremendous season last year and is really good again this year. Radford, we have tremendous respect for Radford program, and they're just littered throughout the state. George Mason up in Northern Virginia. So it's important to just compete. We try to play as many of those teams as we can during the course of the year, and you're just trying to compete and try to nudge ahead whenever you can, especially when recruiting's involved. Now, after you get through at Hampton here tomorrow night, Coach, you have opportunities for some days off where you play South Alabama and Coach Riley. So would that be an opportunity for you to kind of self-scout your team and kind of see what the guys can improve some more, kind of work on yourselves before you get ready to play South Alabama again on Sunday here coming up?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's probably, when you have these gaps in the season, that's probably the most important time that you have. When you can look at yourselves, go back, look at your games, just take a couple practices where you're not worried about scouting, you're just worried about yourselves, try to improve on things in terms of maybe your ball movement on offense, your rotations on defense, but you're really just worried about yourself. And that's kind of the time that we value the most here during the course of the season.
That's what I got for you, Coach. Who are some coaching individuals who really have impacted you personally and professionally and helped you in this business of coaching over the years?
Yeah, well, I mean, there are many, many coaches who have really admired and who have been, good and kind to me. I played for a coach, Pete Carrill at Princeton, who's in the Hall of Fame, and obviously he's, has been incredibly important to me and my development as a coach and my, being able to stay in the profession and get started in the profession. And then, of course, Fran Dunphy, who's a Philadelphia guy, which is where I'm from, who had a great career coaching at Penn and Temple. Fran O'Hanlon at Lafayette, another guy who really helped me along the way. And there are tons of them. And I think if you're, when you're a young coach or an older coach, I mean, I think you're always trying to talk to people and learn and try to pick their brains and see what they have. And I found that really coaches have been extremely helpful in terms of sharing with me, some of the things that have worked for them over the years and some of the challenges they've encountered.
Well, Coach, ever in Atlanta, I'd love to have you come in the studio here in Midtown Atlanta with us and come and talk Richardson Rise basketball with us here in the studio as well, Coach. I know you guys are recruit down here as well. I know it's a good area for a lot of teams to come down here to find good players. So I hope to see you soon when you're here in town, whether it be the Peach Jam or Lake Point or wherever it may be. Hope to catch you when you're in the city here, Coach.
Yes, sir. That sounds great. I look forward to seeing you.
All right, Coach. Have a good one. Thank you for joining the show today now.
Thank you.
All right, it's Chris Moon here in the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay. Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.